Hey there everybody, thanks for joining me for another one-man review. Today I'll be taking a look at the book HAKKEN, I believe is how you would pronounce it, by Erik Svetoft. Big fold-out cover here. This is actually like a dust jacket cover that has some comics on the inside, a strip called Fancy. But yeah, this big, I'm not going to take the whole thing off, but this crazy illustration here. I really like the approach and the style. It looks like it was all done with physical pen and ink and then scanned in. Has some texture, some pencil textures and stuff, and a lot of them scanned in, converted to a color, and then colorized on top of that. I think this is all a lot of like really sexy use of those Photoshop techniques. I've been noticing that a lot of the techniques I really like in Photoshop, I'm seeing them used both in really elegant contexts like this, and then I can also see the same thing when I look at like superhero art. It's like, oh yeah, they're using the same trick, but it's way tacky. Like, why is that? And I don't know. You just like got to pay attention to how these artists are making the choices. I think some of it's just the limited color palette and things like that make it look more intentional and elegant. Anyways, this is a bunch of shorter stories. A lot of them are just surreal and strange. The Svetofts, I'm just going to call him Erik because that's easier. Erik's artwork is really cool, stylized work. There's obviously like a certain kind of lineage that he exists in. I'm not going to go like Guy Davis and Dave Cooper, I think is the guy I'm thinking of, the Weasel. It seems like that kind of in that lane. Really like it. Again, the line art's being converted and printed with a like darker bluish color, which I really enjoy. So that's the first story in there. You can see as I flip through, they're kind of all silent. Then you have the second story here that's printed more in a monochrome. And again, these kind of horrific, surreal images. If this is your thing, this is like a tippy-toppy book for this kind of stuff. And to me, this is all really just about the art. Here's one of the other short stories. The strange distortions of like, here's this guy with his glasses, but like his beard and his hair just become this mass lump. I just like those kind of abstractions of figure. Also very interesting and strange how so many of the stories, like this one, which is in black and white, instead of just letting this exist like this on a white page, it's got its whole own crazy, almost like screen printed looking gradient. It's not screen printed, this is obviously printed offset, but or digitally maybe, but this is like, it has that kind of look of a screen print gradient with these things laid on top of it. So just a lot of kind of strange design choices like that I find interesting and compelling. And then in this story at the end, you can see some of these more horrific compositions again. So a really strange little book. It's not got any particular story in it, so I don't think it's a book that like sticks with me, but it's one that I will be very happy to just like pull off the shelf and flip through. I think that's what this book is just kind of a visual delight flip through type of book.